I'm Conroe, this is Old's Oscar Countdown, and today we're going to be looking at the new wave of Old's Oscar Countdown, and that is the Oscar winners. The nominations are already out. We're going to predict who's going to win now. If you don't know, we've been doing this since October, guessing the nominations. The nominations have come out. I did my reactions video, which is my pure, genuine reactions to the Oscar nominations as they were happening live, and that had a lot of good views, lots of great support, so thank you guys for that. But essentially, I'm not exactly sure what to do for the format, because before, if you didn't know, I would go down each category throughout the weeks, guessing who I think is going to get nominated. And but for this one, I might do some updates here and there. But right now, I think we're going to do the same sort of thing right now. So I'm going to start with Best Picture, and then do Best Actor, Best Actress, Supporting Actor, Supporting Actress, because there's only, I believe, like 4-ish weeks until then. So it's hard to say right now. But for this video, we're going to be looking at strictly Best Picture. Next week, I don't know, we might change things in terms of, it might just be an update video where, hey, things change here and there, and I say what I'm going to predict in certain categories. I'm not exactly sure how to do it right now. I'm figuring this out as we go along. But for right now, in this video, we're just going to be talking about Best Pictures. I know I didn't say too much about the Oscar nominations because the video was sort of shorter and just sort of the reactions. So I just want to highlight some few things. Of course, Amy Adams with the snub, unbelievable to me because Arrival is my favorite movie. I thought Amy Adams is so spectacular in that movie. It's a shame to get it left off, even because Arrival had 8 nominations. It's like Arrival didn't act itself. Amy Adams is the core of that movie, so it's hard to see you like that movie so much, but then you don't nominate Amy Adams for Arrival, which is sad. But that also brings us to the next point, which is the acting categories in specific. Not supporting actress, or now that I think about it, I guess, but some in the categories like supporting actor and lead actor. There's a lot of movies where the actors weren't, their movies weren't necessarily nominated. So someone like Viggo Mortensen, which I was very happy with Captain Fantastic. Captain Fantastic didn't get anything, didn't even get a screenplay, but Viggo got in there, which is super awesome to see because I thought it was a great performance. Someone like Michael Shannon for Nocturnal Animals. He got in there, and his movie didn't get anything else. Ruth Negga for Love It. So it's interesting to see that they're actually watching movies and enrolling in performances instead of just saying, oh, I like Hacksaw Ridge, so I liked Andrew Garfield, and I liked Hitting It Off, Bang, 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 Bang. For Best Director, Mel Gibson, that was a bit of a surprise. You know, I wasn't necessarily sure what the 5th position was. That's why I wasn't confident in Martin Scorsese, I wasn't confident in Garth Davis, or David Mackenzie, or Mel, really, for that staying, or Denzel Washington for Fences. So it was really hard for me to sort of predict and judge that. But I did go with Martin Scorsese after all, but Silence did get snubbed for the most part. I think he got like, what, 1 nomination, which is maybe 2, which is sort of sad. And then next one, Kubo for VFX. Super surprising as an animated, Nightmare Before Christmas got nominated. That's the only other animated feature that got nominated for visual effects. Also stop motion, which is very interesting to see. I sort of ruled it out because I was like, that doesn't make sense in terms of animation for visual effects. Well, how is that possible? But they actually did add some visual effects afterwards, and the action sequences in Kubo were really awesome. So it's super awesome to see that get in there. For me, I've been saying Kubo in 2 strings all along for Best Animated Feature. I thought maybe Zootopia, and that's what a lot of people are saying. But with that extra nominee from Kubo and Zootopia missing out something like Screenplay or Best Song, Kubo could come out and surprise. So be aware of Kubo. And then just the last thing, Passengers getting like 2 nominations, Suicide Squad getting 1, and no Deadpool. It's sort of sad because Deadpool was sort of in that race, and people were like, what, it might get in, and got in for producers and writers, right? But then eventually didn't get any nominations, not even for something like makeup and hairstyling, which I was surprised by for sure. But that's sort of the Oscars, unpredictability, and they're the below-the-line categories. Plus, I don't think Passengers is going to win, I don't think Suicide's going to win, and I don't think Deadpool would have won in any of his categories, so whatever, too bad, but that's all I want to say. So let's hop in. That's my sort of quickie review. You can see my reactions video for some more live reactions, and I talk a bit about just my honest reactions when I first heard them. But after that's done, my housekeeping, let's go into Best Picture. The first one here, who I think is going to be the winner, is La La Land. I'm recording this video, I'm recording this on this Saturday, right before the SAG nominations. The SAG winner announcements. So La La Land isn't there for ensemble, but my guess is that Emma Stone will get it because they want to spread their love to La La Land somewhere. So normally we can tell, oh, for example, last year, Spotlight won SAG, and Revenant won DGAs, but Big Short won PGAs, and PGAs get it for like the last 8 years, like 7 out of the 8 right until, so now 7 out of the 9 right, so PGAs are something to still be respected. We can't really see that this year. My guess right now is that I think Damien Chazelle is going to get him for DGAs. I think they're also going to get the PGA win, and then the SAG Ensemble can go swing in Moonlight, but then Emma Stone will get it for La La Land, sort of symbolizing the strength of La La Land. And then that's why I think it'll just be a clear-ish sort of thing where it's like, yep, they're going to go La La Land. Producers gave it, Directors Guild, the screening actors couldn't give it, so they gave it to Emma Stone. So that's sort of my judge right now. It could be something like last year where we didn't see Big Short win Producers Guild. We weren't expecting it. And then when it did, we were really surprised. And we could have another member of the race like Manchester by the Sea. Right now, that's my number 3 right now. Above that's Moonlight. Moonlight for me is sort of, it is a political season, so, and this a reaction, as you can tell from the nominations, from being so Oscars so white. We have, I think, 6 total black nominees in the acting category, 7 people of color, that includes Dev Patel. I think like 4 of the 5 documentaries, or maybe all of them, are black. The documentary filmmakers are black, and what else? Oh, just like there's things like Bradford Young got in. Some of the screenwriters, 2 of them, I believe, are black. So there's definitely the backlash was hurt. It was felt. I also think a lot of these guys were deserving, so it's good to see them get in. And but there was definitely that feeling of that backlash. So if they really want to drive that point home, they'll nominate something like Moonlight, which last year I think wouldn't even have a chance because of this scenario has been boosted up, and rightfully so, because it is a beautiful, beautiful movie. And the third one here is Manchester by the Sea. It definitely has a chance if it wins like Producer Guild, like because I could really see that happening. But another thing I want to mention is that Big Short, the producers were Brad Pitt and his company, and in Moonlight, Brad Pitt is also involved as like an executive producer. So if they really like Brad Pitt, who also worked with 12 Years a Slave, so he has got a lot of respect in the producers for sure. So if they really like that, say Moonlight gets in from Producer Guild, and then DGAs goes to La La Land, Moonlight could jump up to the top. Really watch out for Moonlight. But La La Land, those 14 nominations are so hard to ignore. They really are. And then Manchester by the Sea. It could be interesting. Maybe they like Amazon to give that Producers Guild. But right now I don't see it anywhere, so it's the number 3 right now. 4th is Arrival. That Amy Adams snub sort of keeps me uneasy, but they like the movie a lot. And Denis Villeneuve, I think, is respected in the industry for sure. Plus, it's been nominated in so many other categories. Unfortunately, though, Arrival, I think, isn't necessarily going to get one win, which is sad because it's such a great movie. Line here. This one could get in because Garth Davis, remember, got that DGA nominations. It'll be a huge surprise from here on below if someone else gets nominated or wins, in terms of the PGAs, or because that's really the undetermining factor right now. SAG right now it's really split open. It could be Fences, it could be Hidden Figures, it could be Moonlight, it could be Manchester by the Sea, but say Fences wins for Screen Actors Guild. It'll be interesting, but I don't think it's going to give that picture a lot of momentum per se. It could give someone like Denzel Washington or Viola Davis some more momentum for sure, and lock them for sure, or even something like Screenplay, but I don't necessarily think it has a best picture, especially because Denzel got the snub. But it did get all the key categories, screenplay, both lead actors and picture, so it'll be interesting to see. Next one here, Hidden Figures. This could be similar, I think, more in terms of more in line with Moonlight than it is with Fences per se, in terms of being that sort of a backlash gone right in a sense. You know what I mean? Where Hidden Figures won. Hidden Figures wins out of a huge surprise because it's about 3 black women in the 60s who were sort of not known by a lot of people, but their contributions to the NASA launching a man into the space was such a huge thing. So revealing the story, it's a super inspirational story. It could get in, especially if they just send out screeners like nonstop. I definitely think Hidden Figures has more of a shot than something like Lion, or even something like, Arrival, even, or Fences, really, because it didn't get so many nominations that it's like, oh wow, it's supposed to be something like production design or song. It didn't get in for Pharrell Williams. But I think that if people really see that movie, they're going to like it, they're going to be inspired by it, and they're going to nominate for potential Best Picture. I just feel that sort of support behind it. Next one here, Hacksaw Ridge. Of course, the surprise Mel Gibson getting for Best Director. I'll talk about that more next week. Probably we'll do Best Director next week, or we'll see when we do an update video or something like that. I'll talk a little bit about it. So that's gonna be interesting because it did get a lot of nominations. I believe like 6 or 7, something like that. Because it got the sounds, and it got of course Andrew Garfield and Mel Gibson and Best Picture. So this could be sort of the Steak Eaters sort of like rise, because they don't have something like Sully, but Hacksaw Ridge is definitely a contender. It's not gonna win like anything at SAG aside from stunt ensemble, which is like whatever. And then like I said, I don't think it's going to win DGAs. Well, it can't win DGAs, sorry, because it didn't get nominated. But I don't think it's going to win producers, just because some of the other ones are more plausible, I think. But who knows? Hacksaw Ridge could be sort of the male below the line categories, because it's the Oscars now. It's not the respective categories like the director's branch nominating the directors. And then the actors nominating the actors, and so on and so forth. But this is everyone. So everyone and the Oscars collectively votes on categories. So the guys who are directors are going to vote on Best Live Action Short, even if they haven't seen anything. Of course, the Oscars try to avoid that by sending in screeners to everyone and making sure everyone has them. But a lot of that is just checking off the first one on the list, or checking off the fourth one that is the most recognizable. Although last year that strategy didn't really work, and the sort of the deserving one won, which is super interesting. So that's what I'm going to keep in my mind for some of the below the line categories. Once I determine the quality of them, not personally, but just hearing buzz and whatnot, because I don't have access to Best Live Action Shorts. I'm not getting screeners like all these Hollywood guys. But I'm just a kid, it's telling what I think. And Hacksaw Ridge, I think, has a possible chance. It got in for Best Director, so in a sense, people consider that directly a top 5 nomination. Interesting to see, because they do want to. They are obviously forgiving Mel Gibson. And then the last one here, Hell or High Water. This is not the last one in terms of odds. I just think it wouldn't get in. I was surprised that it did get in. I thought I predicted it was going to get in, but just as a sort of, if I take myself out of it, and I wasn't connected to the Oscars, I'd be surprised, because I love Hell or High Water. But it seemed like an indie that didn't really go well with a lot of people. But I think a lot of people have seen it. They've sent a lot of screeners, and that's why. Like someone like Jeff Bridges, they like the movie a lot. Got in for screenplay, it got in for editing, even. It got in for, of course, picture, not director. So Hell or High Water definitely has that buzz. So if they want to put that vote somewhere, I think it probably goes to Best Actor for Best Supporting Actor for Jeff Bridges. But then Mahershala Ali, where does that go? Where does the Moonlight vote go? And that's what's so interesting to me, because right now I have Jeff Bridges winning Best Supporting Actor. It's surprising, I know, because Mahershala, if he starts picking up a lot of steam, I'm just going to automatically go to Mahershala. But I think a lot of people love Jeff, and they really want to give it to him again. But say Jeff gets that, then where's the Moonlight vote? It's, for me, a lot of categories: cinematography, score, picture, director, Barry Jenkins. It's 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. So if anything, if Mahershala or something like that doesn't get in, it could just kill the Moonlight, or it could do the opposite and sort of boost it up. Something like Spotlight, where it wins Best Adapted Screenplay and then just wins Best Picture, just like that, because they just really like the movie, obviously, because of how many nominations it got. But it doesn't really like it. It's so a weird movie in terms of like Spotlight, where all the performances in Spotlight were so amazing, but then no one really stood out, right? And same with Moonlight. There's so many good actors, and I think it's an amazing ensemble, but nothing that really stands out. And even something like score, well, you're going to give it to La La Land because it's a musical. And then cinematography, oh, well, you're going to give it to La La Land because of those sets and the production design. And all these little things where it's second in a lot of categories, but as a collective whole, it could win Best Picture. So watch out for Moonlight. Dark Horse for me right now is Hidden Figures. I'm not really buying a Manchester by the Sea thing, although if it does win PGAs, I will reevaluate for sure. But right now it's La La Land winning, Moonlight second. Something like Hidden Figures or Rival could sort of surprise people with just the love for that movie, because it's a shorter movie and they're both really interesting movies that get people talking and thinking. Or something like Hell or High Water or Hacksaw Ridge, where it's like sort of the Steak Eaters, below the line category voters that love this war movie, or Hell or High Water, just love this really awesome Texas bank heist thriller, and they just like the movie a lot, and they're going to nominate it, and that collective sort of group will come back and win. So that would be super surprising, but less so Hacksaw Ridge because it has that Mel Gibson nomination, and it would be more surprising if Hell or High Water gained some steam. But right now, SAGs, PGAs, and DJs have not announced their winners. I will say next week based on SAGs, but my predictions right now is, just for a quick thing for SAGs, I guess. Moonlight will win Best Ensemble, which will give it strength, but Emma Stone will win for La La Land, and then Mahershala, I guess, and then maybe Denzel could give some strength to the fences if he wins that SAG. But Casey, I think, is just a really strong front runner right now. And then something for PGAs, I'm going to guess La La Land. The DJs, I'm going to guess Damien Chazelle. So really just affirming that La La Land victory. And 14 nominations. Titanic did it, All About Eve did it, but that's it in all Oscar history. People love this movie, unless there's a backlash that says, oh my god, this is an amazing movie. And then they see it and they're like, it wasn't that great. It wasn't 14 nominations great. But if they do really like the movie enough, it's going to win. Right now, it's just a clear front runner for me because of all these nominations. And something like an Emma Stone and screenplay, possibly, and cinematography, and all these below-line categories in the songs and whatnot. I just see La La Land really sweeping this, and rightfully so, because I love that movie. My only hope is a rival gets something, but, you know, and sort of that thing, and sort of a replacement for Amy Adams. But, you know, Amy Adams is this amazing actor, one of the best actors living today. I firmly believe that, and I know that could be a controversial statement, but I believe it. Anyways, I'm getting off a little bit of a tangent. Those are sort of my side predictions, because you have to look at the guilds for the Oscars and the winners of the guilds, because the nominations don't really help that much because they're similar to the Oscars. But that's it. I hope you guys like this sort of new wave that we're going on from looking at the winners. The video is going to be a little shorter, or maybe a longer, depending on if I want to do update sort of areas or not. But this will be, I mean, this was a Best Picture video, but I did talk a little bit about acting, SAGs, and all that stuff. So I guess it's a whole update video. I don't even know what I'm going to title this video, but I'm getting on too much of a tangent right now. I hope you guys like the video. If you do, subscribe to the channel, like the video, share it with your friends. You know me, I really like the views on the last video. That was super awesome to see. And until next time, stay tuned.